in a profit, and currently I have set it on the break even. Okay, so let's talk about why am I looking at the chart. So let's go on a blank page. You guys are able to see my screen, right? So okay, so let's say you have this range, okay, and you have this price action. This my cursor, it represents the price action. So you have this range, price is ranging, it's going to the range is high, rejecting, you short, the price comes to the range lows, you elongate the range lows because you can take it as a support. But what happens all of a sudden, you are having a normal range, but what price does is that price deviates out of the range. What happens is price deviates out of the range. People think what's happening is that price is breaking out, so people start longing here. These are late longers, by the way, because of course anybody with their right mind can tell that you do not want to long here. Of course, if you longed here, great. Even if you longed here, great. But you did not want to long here. That's late longs. So people see the breakout, retailers see the breakout, and they are just looking to long. And what happens is that they get trapped, and price deviates and comes back inside the range. So this is called failed auction in the auction market theory. This is also called manipulation if you trade the ICT, and it is also called deviation in the price action. All of these terms are similar. They are just fancy words to to uh, have you confused, but they are similar words. This is called a manipulation. This is called deviation or failed auction, whatever you want to say. So we have, if you are a degen trader, you would already recognize where I'm going with this, and you would understand. Or if you just follow me, you don't even need to be a degen trader. If you just follow me on my channel, you would know where I'm gonna go with this, and it is basically this price action. So let me just remove my volume profile because volume profile can be a bit advanced for you. So what do you see? You had this beautiful range, you were longing at the range lows, you were shorting at the range lows. Sorry, you were shorting at the range highs, you were longing at the range lows, blah blah blah. And what happens is that price finally deviates, and then it comes back inside the range. And now what price is doing is price is simply just doing a bearish retest. So the another part, okay, sorry, my keyboard is a bit uh, wrong right now. So what happens is that once you deviate the price, once price deviates, what happens is that price goes up to retest this. Now that's important part because price always, like 80 to 70% of the time, whenever you get a breakdown of a higher time frame, you get a retest. Like I can even show you the example here as well. Like this, you had this range, Christmas range, December range, price did a deviation, and you had this retest, and boom, and you got another retest as well, such as this was your range middle, you got a retest of this range middle, and boom, the price went down. So you get retest, you do get opportunities to short even if you miss the high. So you don't have to worry about shorting the exact top. I don't think so that is necessary because you get countless opportunities to make an entry. Okay, so that is your entry to look for shorts. And of course, you can align it with FVGs, imbalances, value area high, OTE levels, whatever you trade. You can align it with the resistance, whatever you trade. Okay, it depends on your strategy, and that's where you make entry. So now, if I come back here, the most confluences I found is here at this around 69 $100. That's my area where I found the most confluences, and that is where I entered once I saw the weakness. Now I can tell you about the confluences as well, but it could be a bit advanced. So even if you don't understand, it is quite normal. So don't get overwhelmed with it. It's basically first you have the value area high, and that's essential part. The value area high is the main confluence. The second confluence you have is 0.382 level. So what happens is that if the trend is extreme, if the trend is in extreme bearishness, if the trend is like really strong, it does not give a retracement of these levels. These are basically called OTE levels. So even if you want a long short, you want a long in these level, you want a short in these levels. So if the trend is stronger, the price does not go to these extreme levels. What price does is it basically just go to this 0.382 level and rejects, and that is currently what's happening right now. So you had these two confluences. The first is value area high of this monthly volume profile. The second is the 0.382, and the third is that you had a very very small inverse. Let me just draw this. Inverses are something most people neglect, but these are extremely good POIs and confluences, and you had this 4 hour inverse around this level. So yeah, we long the bottom. If you want to know the reasoning of the bottom, is basically we had an order block of a 30 minute. We long the bottom. Now we are looking to short the top. And yeah, what else can what else, how else it can get better? So this is basically the reason of the short where I'm looking at, because we have done a deviation. If you follow my channel from a long time, just give me a second, let me remove this, otherwise I don't like my chart messy, okay? So if you have been following me from a long time, you would also know about this chart. If was it this chart, or which chart is what? Let me just try to find the chart if I can. Yeah, this chart. So I have been also talking about this chart, and you can see how beautifully it has been played out. I posted about this chart when the price was there, and you can see what happened. I can even pull up the message. Just give me a real quick channel. I will highly advise, even if you don't like to follow my signals, my market updates is something you should be up to date. Just give me a second. Just give me a second, guys. Let me just find this. Let me just find this. There it is. So, boom, exact thing what happened. That was the chart I posted in my Discord, in the inside the Earn a Light. Let me just pull the entire Discord message. Okay, really said that I'm looking for mega short here. And you can see the potential mega short trade opportunity is still in early stages. PO3. PO3 is basically accumulation, manipulation, distribution. If you don't know what it is, just watch my previous sessions. And that is exactly what happened. And now we are looking to short this on a retest of this. And then we go down. Oh, and yeah, now there is one more level which I am potentially looking for shorts, which is basically 72k level. But I first, just give me a second. So you okay? So sorry guys, where I was. Yeah, 72k level. So the 72k level is another good short area. But to be honest, the system I trade, basically how I trade, I have a system. Okay, the system I trade indicates that price should reject from here. The auction market theory indicates that once we have deviated above the value area high, above the range, we have done a failed auction, then we should give a bearish retest and then we should go down. So my according to my system, this is more higher probability area to go down from than this. That is it. The trading is all about probabilities. I am not a fortune teller. No one is. I don't know if market is certainly going to reject from here. I'm being straightforward with you. I'm just a human like you. We are talking probabilities here, and the fuck man, probabilities of going down from here is more than here. That's why I'm in a short. It's that simple. So yeah, hope that made sense, guys. Let's go on a lower time frame and look at what's happening on a lower time frame. Hope that made sense. If you have any questions, do let me know. I would be happy to answer them. I would be happy to explain it again if it's needed. That's the reason for the short. Let me just try to find my lower time frame chart. I chart on a lower time frame, on a different time frame. Yeah, currently I'm in this scalp shot. I caught this scalp shot. It was a beautiful scalp shot on the higher time frame. It was basically on a New York AM session, deviation of the highs, CISD, etc. And now I entered again on a breakdown of this value area high. Yeah, on a breakdown. I'm expecting this shot to play out. So if you look at the higher time frame, okay, lower time frame. Let me just go on another chart. I think I need to show you the more cleaner chart. More cleaner chart. Okay, so that's 1 minute. Okay, let me just remove the drawing. So you had this range on a top. The price was ranging, and now what has happened is that price has done a breakdown. So the essential, of course, the trend is bearish on a lower time frame on a 1 minute. So the essential and the most obvious thing you're looking at is that we can expect this low to be taken out, because we have these smooth lows, these liquidities, and we have done a breakdown of a range as well. So you have this most probable scenario to happen, and then we can go higher from there. Or what can happen is that we even lose this level, which I believe it will, and then we will basically look to go down furthermore. So right now on a lower time frame, the lower time frame itself is indicating the bearishness. I can this was your low, and you can see we have done a structure shift of this low, and that is your next low. If we break this, then of course you are looking at, you are in a huge trouble with the Bitcoin, and overall your range have been broken down as well, so that's not a good sign as well. All of this basically just indicates that we are we are Bitcoin is showing the weakness. So I have shown you the lower time frame, I have shown you the higher time frame, my reasoning, everything, so you guys can trade with me and learn with me together, and we can make money together learning. So yeah, that was it. That's for the Bitcoin right now. Shorts fails out, then this 72k level, the 2 hour imbalance aligning with the OT is my next level. But I'm going to be pretty honest with you, it is not as strong as this level which I'm currently looking to short from. Hope this helped you guys. Just one more scenario that I want to put in. Just one more scenario. I don't want to overwhelm you. So let's suppose, okay, of course, the bit again, what I said, it is all about probabilities. Anything can happen. So let's say we flip this and we even flip the 72k level. What's next? Okay, of course, we want to talk about all the probabilities. We don't know what's going to happen, certainly. The chances of going higher from here is lower. Yes, it is. But of course, we want to talk about it because it can happen. This, then our next level, if we fail both of these level, is basically 80k level. This could mark out a potential local top, and we can go to the 54k from there, or it can give a huge rejection from there. But this 80k level is not something to be ignored. This is a daily, there is a daily imbalance, naked point of control, equal highs, 4 hour imbalance, ton share of confidences. So 80k is the level where you wanna look for massive shorts if given opportunities. So yeah, I have given you all three scenarios that I am expecting. Now on Solana, yes, I'm in a short on a Solana. Personally, I did close out in the earn light, but I did not close it on my personal account because I did think that Solana had a potential, but I was just I I take trades on my bummer account as well, and I usually risk more than what I do on my main account on my bummer account for higher riskier trades. So I closed it on my main account and took it on my bummer account basically because the next day was the NFP, and I didn't want to take a risk of getting stopped out, wigged out because of the NFP. But NFP was bearish as far as I believe, and then we dumped suddenly. So it was a huge miss, but it's fine. We made money. Well, I made money on my bummer account, and then I longed again here from the value area high. It was a pretty obvious long. I did talk about this exact long in my previous session. So if you had watched my session previously, you would have caught this long. Or just even watched my recording. You don't even need to be present on my streams. You just need to watch the recording. So it was a pretty obvious long. I did talk about this exact Solana long, I'm pretty sure. And yeah, this worked out. And let's talk about what I'm expecting next on the Solana, okay? Let's forget what has happened. So we respected the value area low. That's the first thing. We are currently trading above the POC, this orange line, which is a good thing. So the short area where I'm looking to short the Solana, let me just hide both of these, okay? Solana is a tricky one because let's say if Bitcoin is going to reject from here, the POI for Solana to be shorted is not that good. So that puts an argument that is the Bitcoin local top is seriously in. So you have to be careful of these assets as well. Okay, so for the Solana, this is something I like. This is a good level, but even more than this, I really like this level. Yeah, I really like this level. And let me just draw the Fibonacci as well. 0.62. So the problem with this level is that if Bitcoin, of course, right now we are in a short, the stop loss at the break even. This means that I am implicating that the local top is in and now we should go down. Okay. But let's say the price goes up and stops at the break even, breakout of our level, which is 69,100, and goes to the 72K. Then this level becomes valid, because right now I don't see how Solana is a good short opportunity. Now, of course, this is something where you can look for shorts, and I'm not saying this is a bad short level, but personally, I would love to see tap of value area high, especially how we have reclaimed the POC. But this will only come if Bitcoin comes to the 72K. So this becomes a riskier shot, of course. But if you want to be on the safer side, this is where you want to look for short. So you have the golden pocket, value area high, the 4 hourly order block, and that is where you want to look for shorts. Okay, let me just. You can have a 4% as stop loss, and you can basically look to target the $65. Yeah, pretty good setup. It's a swing setup, of course, so it can take days to be played out, but some just keep this in your mind. This in here. I did not drop the Bitcoin chart because I don't think it's needed. Let me just remove everything. Okay, I'm just okay. Now let's talk about the one coin I wanted to talk about in this stream, which was CC. And if you don't, I don't know if you guys are in my CC trade or not, but this is doing banger. Pretty sure I gave the CC trade. Let me just find this. Okay. Oh my god, I have a sore throat, so I'm really sorry, guys. Let me just see if I did give the CC trade. Okay, here it is. So is the CC trade I gave. And if you are in the CC trade, congratulations to you, because this have been working out pretty good. So let's cover a small review of this trade so you guys can learn together, and I think this trade is a really good learning opportunity for you. So first of all, let's talk about the highs. Okay, it's the very first thing you want to look at, the highs. What does the highs indicate? Swing failure pattern. This does not just indicates the swing failure pattern, this indicates the weakness and the exhaustion in the trend. When the price is not able to make a new high and just sweeps and goes down and do a break of structure, oh boy, that's the last thing you want to see. So that was a huge sign of the exhaustion, what we did at the highs. So that was the first thing. The second thing, we swept this high as well, which was, of course, these were the main liquidity points. We swept everything with this pump. We did a deviation of this anchored VWAP, and boom, we came down. So this was not a real pump. This was just a deviation of this anchored VWAP to sweep all the liquidity, and boom, we came down. So that was your second thing. And the third and the major confluence was the loss of a value area low and the loss of a major support. So I don't if you I don't even need to explain this, but look at this. When this level, okay, the 0.158 to the 0.156 level, that was your resistance. One, two, three, four, five times the price rejected from there. Then what happens, that price did a breakout, and then the very first level where price bounced from was this. One, two, three, four, five, and you can see the cluster around there, and six and seven. And once we did a broke out of this support, that was your retest. Do you see how significant this support level was for the CC? And of course, when you are breaking key levels like these, how the hell can you not short this? So not did you just break out of this support level, you did a breakout of this value area low, and boom, you did a retest. That was your entry trigger. I mean, yeah, if you caught the entry there, great, but I just waited for some sort of reaction. Keep in mind, I'm trading the 4 hour time frame right now, not a lower time frame. So I waited for the reaction, some sort of that red candle that printed. That was my essentially. It was my intuition, of course, not a technical confirmation that now we will go down, but this was my intuition. Okay, now we will go down. I made an entry, and boom, what happened? Now we are going down. Despite the Bitcoin pumping, the CC is going down. Boom. What does it tell you? Again, see, we had a rally around this time on the Bitcoin. Huge rally on the Bitcoin around 6 March, I believe. I don't know what's the date is, but you can see the price action on the CC, and you can compare the price action on the Bitcoin. The Bitcoin have been extremely volatile, but the CC have been just grinding slowly towards the lows. That is a sign to look for the shorts on the coin. This is a A plus setup, and you can learn a lot from the CC price action. Just do nothing. Go on the CC chart and look at the and that's great. So despite Bitcoin pumping, the CC is going down, and I believe this short have a lot of potential, and we will make good money. Let's read the comments. I'm done for the update. I don't have I'm in CC super wide SL. The stop loss, the widening of the stop loss does not really matter. It's all about your position sizing. Check Bitcoin, pump your B. If it did, then of course it's not good. Simple. I'm still in a long. This I have left the runners for this exact reason. Yeah, this is not good. Bybit, the Coinbase, Binance, nah. Mostly driven by the perps. That is something you need to keep an eye on. Just go on this work. Coinbase is premium, by the way. Binance futures are longing mostly. Gonna pump. It's gonna pump. Nothing I can do. That was the reason I did de-risk the Bitcoin. Okay, if you're not gonna reject from here, the trade opportunity which I can see is that we basically sweep the highs, swing failure pattern, and basically continue our trade just to stop out break evens and stop losses of the traders who had it around there. This is the one scenario I look at. But other than that, if it wants to go higher, sure, I don't care. I am de-risked. I made my money from the longs. I have runners. I get an opportunity, I will short it from the 72K. I'm happy to be a late shorter than to get stopped out and lose money. So that's why I moved the stop loss to the break even. Trading, it's about managing. It's more about managing your trade and execution instead of like just doing the technicals, because anyone can do the technicals. Anyone mother can tell you that where the price is gonna possibly gonna reject from. It's all about execution. If your execution is not doing great, then yeah, of course you can be a good analyst, but you cannot be a good trader. It's about that. Okay. Yeah. Anyways, guys, is it for me? If you have any chart requests for me, I can do it, but I have somewhere to go. It's Ramadan, of course, so I have to be taking care of other things as well. So that I think that's a good update for the Bitcoin. We covered Solana as well, where I'm looking to short from, and CC. Yeah, great coin. So let me know if you guys have any other chart requests. Otherwise, I am good for today, and hope this analysis helped you learn something and get the idea of how I trade and how you can improve your system. Looking at me and learning concepts which I basically use on my day-to-day trading. You know, guys. It seems there is nothing. I do this stream every Monday and sorry, every Monday, and we also do the stream on the Thursday as well, where we basically do a follow up of our Bitcoin intraday plan or multiple things. We also talk about multiple things, but essentially a follow up of our Bitcoin plan if needed. Yes, we create a new plan. So yeah, hope you guys had a great time with my stream. See you on the Thursday. Cheers, guys. Have a great day. Bye.